Hi, this is Steve, Sailing Ellison. So today I am going to look at the companionway hatch. So there's a leak down at the bottom of it. It really rains in badly. So I'm going to have a look, see if I can take it apart and see where the problem is. So here it is, quite old. And you can see that I've put some duct tape on here, try and stop the leaks, but that hasn't worked. It's actually all coming down here. You can see here it's all coming down there, and it's also coming down here. So this is quite badly done. So hopefully if I can sort out where it's all coming through, I can use a bit of epoxy to kind of solidify that again, because yeah, I wouldn't have to have to cut that out and replace it. Right, I've got the wood off, so you can see what it looks like now. The wood's all in various different states of rottenness, and I can see what the problem is. So we've got these three holes there and there, so that's obviously the wood has rotted and the water is just soaking through there. This bottom piece here is a piece of plywood that's just completely sodden and falling apart. So I don't know how much of this is savable, probably some of it is, but I might have to replace the whole lot. This is obviously been repaired at some point, because that looks like it's epoxy, and you can see there's this kind of little thing there, so it looks like it's already been repaired once in the past. You know, this is like a 45-year-old boat, so it's not surprising. So I think for the moment I'll just make sure that these are sealed up, and that should stop the water coming in. I think that the weather the next few days will definitely test that, and then I'll cut a new piece of wood to come across here and seal this properly. This is the stuff that I'm going to use to seal up the holes. This is butyl tape. I found it very successful, so I think if I just stuff up the holes with that, and then I'll put some Gorilla tape over the top, then hopefully that should temporarily keep it waterproof. So here it is done. What I've done is I've just put a little bit of butyl tape to cover over the holes, and then just put this tape over it just as a bit of protection. And you can see there that we've just had a little bit of rain, and the inside is lovely and dry now. This is all completely dry, so I think that the repair has been a success. Absolutely beautiful day here in Scarborough. It's June, feels like summer, even though I suppose officially it's still spring. I'm going to continue working on the companionway today. Let's see how far I get. What I need to do is that this underneath is not quite level. I'm going to have to plane this down so that the piece on top matches with it as closely as I can. So that's my job for today. What I'm doing here is that I've measured the height on the edges, and I'm just going to compare it with the height of this. So looking at it now, you see it's fairly close, and I'll take several measurements along the length of it, and then I've got a guide for planing it down. So there it is. I've screwed the bottom piece down with butyl tape underneath, so that should keep it all waterproof. And then I've got another couple of screws on top which are holding the top piece down, and it all comes together. It looks a bit tatty at the moment, but I'm going to rub it all down. I've filled in various bits with plastic wood, so once that's all dry I can varnish it or make it all nice, And then I'm going to use a bit of thickened epoxy to like fill any gaps. And I think that although it doesn't look amazing, it will be very functional and waterproof. So here's the first test of the fix to the leak in the companionway. There's quite a lot of water there. Let's have a look inside. The feeling under here, all perfectly dry, perfectly dry. Look down here, because yeah, there's some water there, so it must be leaking from somewhere. Right, it's leaking in from somewhere. Just going to see whether that's salty. No, it's sweet, so there must be a leak somewhere. I'll have to have a look, see where that's coming. Can we tell? Right. I rather suspected that would be the case. There's a little leak there, so it must be coming down there and then dropping down here. So I can't see anywhere else though. Everything else looks dry. Oh, wait a minute. Is that one there? No, that's shiny but dry. Yeah, that's the only place I can see. So I think that must be it. It must be dripping down here, coming down there, off this corner into there, and then splashing. So that's why I'm getting these splashes here. Now I suspected that would be the case, and because there is a little crack out here. There's a little crack there. You can see it's quite deep under as well. So that is what's causing the leak. So I'll get some thickened epoxy in there and that should sort that out.